Hey guys, welcome to Dubai Design, and today I'm going to be doing part 2 of the gaming PC build. This is going to be a medium-range gaming PC, and in this episode I'm going to focus on unboxing the PSU and installing it into the actual case itself. So right off the hop here, you can see that it is going to be an EVGA Supernova NEX 750 watt modular power supply. I definitely recommend that when you guys are building your gaming PC that you use a modular power supply, for the simple reason that it is far easier to hide your wires, do wire management, and you just get a far superior power supply. The reason I'm going with a 750 here, and I recommend that you guys go with a 750 minimum, is because it makes your computer not future-proof, but very easily adaptable to the future. But what I mean by that is you can do SLI connections with 2 graphics cards, and you can do a lot of upgrades to your PC itself without having to do a whole lot of additional work, and without having to replace your PSU later on. And it doesn't cost very much more. It's only about 40 bucks more to get a really good PSU that will do you. So we're going to go ahead and check out what it is. You can see right here, this is going to be the main power connector to the actual PSU itself. This is going to be a splitter for your motherboard to have the main connection power supply into your motherboard. And you're going to see here we got some VGA cables and various other cables there, and some more VGA and regular power supply cables there. And then you're going to have even more cables there. Just a ton of cables come with these modular power supplies, and you won't use a lot of them, but it is definitely beneficial to have them. Again, this is for future upgrades, and I definitely recommend having it. You can see here is going to be the manual for the actual power supply itself, and we are going to pop out the main power supply itself shortly here and give you guys a look. Again, this is just a fantastic power supply. Looks great, and because it is modular, it is very functional. So you can see that it does have a main cable that does come off it, and what that is going to have is that's going to have your main power supply for your motherboard. It's going to have your CPU power supply, and it is going to have 2 VGA power supplies, which are going to be used for your graphics cards, or at least for your main graphics card there. So you can see, having a look at this here, looks pretty cool. It's kind of a flat black color, and it's really good. It is just a great looking PSU, and you can see all the modular supplies on the side there. I'll see if I can get a closer look at that a little bit later, just as I'm doing the install itself. And you can see it's got a large fan, and it's very basic. I mean, it is a PSU, so there's nothing too exciting about it. But again, we're getting into the modular aspect of it. And like I said, there is nothing better than a modular PSU for your computer. A lot of people might disagree with that, but I don't know anybody who builds computers on multiple occasions that has ever said that it is easier to use a plain PSU. Always better to go with modular, guys, and I definitely recommend you guys do that. So you can see we've got the case opened up here, and we've got the power supply ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and slide it right into the back. Like I said, this actual case itself does have a partition to separate the power supply and the majority of the cables from the main portion where you have your motherboard, your graphics card, your CPU, and for the most part, this one also has actually the ability to install your hard drives into the back, so you can kind of tuck away everything so that it's not visible from the other side of the computer, or other side of the case rather, which has a clear basic, I guess it's going to be a clear plastic cover on it so that you can see through it. So now we're just going to be basically installing this, is just basically putting in 4 screws. There's nothing too terribly difficult about it, but you can see kind of how this fits in, and it does end up fitting in perfectly to this. As I said, in this particular video, we're not going to get into the actual specific wiring of it, and I'm not even going to sure if I'm going to actually show you guys exactly how the wiring goes with this, just because there is a ton of different connections, and if I do, I think I might do a bit more simplified version, because it does take a little bit to run all the wires. So what I might actually just do is run all the wires, disconnect everything, and then reconnect it and show you guys kind of how it works, just because otherwise this video would be super long. The actual wiring video would be really long, unless that's something you guys want to see. If it is something you guys want to see, make sure you guys post below in the comments and let me know, and then I will spend the extra effort, time, and upload the much longer video. But that's all there is for this PSU install, and I will be posting more videos later on. If you guys enjoyed this video or found it useful at all, it sure would help me a lot if you guys would click that like button. Also, if you guys have time, you can hit that bright yellow subscribe button just in the center there. That'll notify you every time I publish a new video. Thanks very much for watching, guys.